on the next episode of The Walking Dead.
Hey, Walking Dead fans, welcome back to the channel. Let's go over the Season 10, Episode 12 trailer, the opening minutes, and a sneak peek that's pretty cool. Spoiler alert, of course, if you're not caught up to Season 10 of The Walking Dead. Episode 11 was pretty cool, an emotional episode. It led up to the beginning of the battle at Hilltop, and as we'll see in the opening minutes and in the trailer, the Battle of Hilltop continues in Episode 12. In the trailer, we open up with the fire at Hilltop, with a battle with the walkers coming through. Walkers and Whisperers have entered Hilltop, and it's pretty much just a huge battle, fire and smoke everywhere. The Barrington house is on fire, the walls are on fire, the buildings are on fire. There's stuff exploding, don't even know what that could be. We do see everybody fighting. Rosita, Eugene's looking up, I think, at his burning radio. And we see Ezekiel. Daryl hasn't went down, but he's definitely in the thick of it all. And Ezekiel, knowing that they're getting overrun, he's trying to get the kids out. And he stops for a minute and he looks around. He's like, where's Judith? And we get to see that in just a second. Then we see a shot we've seen before, Negan and the Bat. This is after the Battle of Hilltop, and that is a Hilltop person. You can actually see now more closely that it's some of the armor type wear, bicycle gear, whatever it is, that the Hilltoppers or the Kingdom would wear. And that's definitely one of those guys crawling away that Negan hits with a bat. So he's definitely killing some people. He went full Negan. He went full Whisperer. Yes, he's still got a plan, and I think we're going to see it play out. We can hear Alpha saying, I didn't get everything I want. And I do think she means Lydia with that. She could mean Gamma. I know she's looking for Gamma. Beta did not come through in getting Gamma, so she could very well mean Gamma because it shows Gamma's face kind of when she's saying that at one point. And it looks like everyone's going to be split up. We've seen Kelly and I think Adam, the baby, and Alden trapped in a car with walkers all around them. And here we see Daryl, what looks like maybe Yumiko and Jerry is with them as well, Rosita. And that's a little group, looks like maybe is off to themselves. They're walking, and Daryl in this shot here where he opens the door, I think he's just looking for a safe place to go into that small group. But it seems like Negan is either going after Gamma or Lydia, maybe both, and going to be looking for her possibly. And we see a little shack at the end of the trailer. Is that, it mirrors the comics a little bit. Is that where it happens at? Does Negan take care of Alpha right here? And is there anyone in the shack? Could it be Gamma? Could it be Lydia? Could it be Carol? And we do see Lydia hobbling away. It looks like she's injured from the Hilltop battle and possibly alone out there by herself. And then we hear Negan say, that thing you were looking for, I found it, and seemingly takes Alpha to the shack where he has whoever that is, whether it be Gamma, whether it be Lydia, because then we see Alpha walking toward the shack. Alpha's got a pretty big knife. Negan has a pretty big knife on him, and either one of those could probably do the deed as happened in the comics. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure it's going to happen in episode 12. Episode 13 may be a bottleneck type episode for Michonne possibly. And then we not even get what happens between Negan and Alpha until episode 14. But I'm not sure how it's all going to play out. But then we have the opening minutes, and it's like 4 minutes long. A very long opening minute segment that they've given us, and it's the Battle of Hilltop. A lot of the battle at Hilltop and everything that's going on. Daryl's fighting, kind of taking some groups around, trying to stop the walkers from coming in, the holes in the fence and the gate, and another part breaks, and they go over there, and then walkers are coming through, and Whispers are inside as well. But definitely intense, definitely a lot of action, the fire going around, the special effects budget. They pretty much burned down Hilltop. I remember when some behind the scenes spoiler type stuff was going around way back when I guess they filmed this. It was showing some aerial shots, like some drone shots of Hilltop. And a lot of people reported, hey, they just burnt the Hilltop set last night while they were filming or whatever. But you can definitely see it here play out in the episode. Everything is on fire. Everything's burning. It must have been pretty hectic with the actors and the filming because they don't even let people, like it shows Carol shooting these arrows repeatedly off the top there down at the walkers. And, you know, we've seen before, some promo shots and stuff, they forgot to put the arrow in. It just shows Carol pulling the bow back. And so they won't even let them have arrows on set. They have to put them all in digitally. And so what about the fire? I mean, that's pretty dangerous as well. So it's pretty crazy. Wondering how much, waiting to see some behind the scenes stuff, I guess, as far as how it was made. But as far as how much CGI, how much fire did they add in, and how much was real? Because a lot of it looked pretty real, and Hilltop's definitely on fire. And Daryl, he is using that flail, or as The Walking Dead called it, a Morning Star, which it's more of a flail, I guess, as you guys have pointed out. But he's using it pretty good, killing a bunch of walkers. We get a good Rosita kill shot. It showed us Alden and Earl up on top, flinging stuff with the catapults. It looks like they're just using rocks and stuff. How practical is it? I'm not really sure about that, but they're definitely throwing some shit over the wall at the walkers. And in this shot, we got Gamma talking to Lydia, saying, Lydia, you can't go back out there. You know what Alpha wants. And Lydia says, I will never walk with her again. But what Gamma says points back to the trailer where we saw Negan say, that thing you've been wanting, I found it. And Alpha saying, we won the battle here, but I didn't get everything I wanted. So that does kind of point more toward Lydia than Gamma herself. And then we see Ezekiel with the kids again. We saw that in the trailer, but we get a little more of the scene play out. He's like, stops and goes, where's Judith? And then we see Judith killing some walkers very efficiently, it seems, and definitely a spirit of Michonne and Rick. She's definitely a little ass kicker. But then she stabs from behind what she thinks is a walker, but it's actually a whisperer. I know you've probably heard it before or read it before if you've watched some videos or read some articles that's already been talking about this little opening minute scene right here. Judith actually kills a live person, and it doesn't seem too much like a death stab when you think about Daryl getting stabbed in the leg and bleeding out and all kinds of different things. For this person to die from Judith's sword, so Judith, you can tell it on her face, like, oh crap, I didn't expect this. But then Earl runs over and grabs her and is like, come on, and so hopefully all of that will work out. Judith, how she's going to react to that and how that's going to play out in the rest of the season, I'm not sure. But it is a zombie apocalypse, and, as with Carl. But Carl's, he was, I think, older than Judith, maybe around Judith's same age. I think Carl was older when he killed that first kid. And then we see Eugene killing some walkers, but he looks up and he sees that his radio room, the antenna, all that stuff's on fire. So he takes off after that, or toward that, not sure what he's going to do. And Rosita's like, Eugene, and she takes off in a different direction. There's just a lot of chaos going on at the Hilltop battle. They eventually form a shield wall and are killing walkers at the gate, it looks like, or breaching the wall, which I think is at the gate. And the walkers start piling up right at the base of their shield wall as they're killing them, just walkers piling up, dead ones. And that eventually forms what looks like a dead walker wall, preventing the rest of the walkers from coming on through. They're just kind of standing there pushing on the dead walkers. And, we've seen walkers push through a lot of stuff, and they can't seem to push that pile of bodies over. But, hey, whatever. The battle at Hilltop is looking badass. It was badass last episode. It looks badass this episode, and it looks like we're coming in right on the action. The opening shot was pretty cool, I thought, where it just, you see fire, you see the timber wall of Hilltop, and the camera comes up over, and we see Carol. I mean, it looks really good. We've been wanting some action for a while. We've been waiting for some stuff to happen with Alpha and how her story's going to play out, and I think we're going to get a lot of that in this next episode. It looks pretty exciting to me. Let's talk about this sneak peek that we've got, and we're going to get some more footage, some other shots and scenes, probably some photos, promo photos, some things like that. And there's some other stuff out there, but this is the last thing I'll go over in this video, but it's pretty big. It's pretty cool, and it's a big moment. Negan's running through the woods. There's some walkers around as well, but then we see Aaron, and Luke is on like a piece of tin or something, kind of like a cot. Aaron is dragging him because it looks like Luke is injured pretty bad, knocked out. And like I say, it looks like the survivors are split up. Daryl and a bunch of them have went into one group. The kids, Ezekiel, maybe they're in another. We've got Kelly, Adam, and Alden trapped in a car, and it looks like Lydia may be off on her own. And then we've got Aaron and Luke looking like they as well may be off on their own, and he comes across Negan. Negan's running through the woods. Aaron sees him. They have a confrontation, which is pretty badass, and Negan's like, hey, let me explain. And of course Aaron's like, you know, there's nothing to explain. I'm just going to have to kill you. Negan's magic whisperer mask, the walkers don't bother him, and they're going after Luke and Aaron, so Aaron has to take action and save Luke. Thus, Negan gets away. But it's a pretty cool scene. You know, it's a tense moment from the Hilltop battle to our groups getting dispersed and different things happening. Not sure what's going to happen to Gamma, Lydia, Aaron, and Luke. I think both of those guys will survive. We've got our other group out there with Daryl and Ezekiel and the kids. What's going to happen to Judith? Earl got her. She's just killed someone. A lot of stuff happening in this episode, and they've shown a bunch to us already, so I think it would have been better if some of the stuff had been a surprise, especially the Judith thing, but hey, whatever, they just give us a bunch of stuff. But I'm definitely excited for the next episode coming up, episode 12. Exciting second half so far. I'm loving it so far. Can't wait to see how the Whisper War plays out, and the Commonwealth story arc is going to be coming on. Let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. I will see you there. Look forward to it. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for more dead stuff.